Hey everybody, we're back and it's episode 12. Woo! Does my microphone sound okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like echoey?
No.
Okay.
Does mine?
No, it sounds
Oh.
good. I thought it was just me. But anyway, episode 12.
Yeah.
We're back.
Let's go.
I love that it's episode 12 because 2 and 4 are my lucky numbers. Ready? Secret handshake for those of you who are listening on Spotify. We are so excited to be back, you guys. This is so awesome, and I'll tell you why. Because we had so many comments from the last episode.
Yeah.
You guys really resonated with that one, which I knew you would. We've been doing funny ones, and then I'm like, we need to do a punch you in the heart and punch you in the soul kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of comments, but there were so many of you little ants out there that came to our defense when we had mentioned we had a hater on the last episode before that one. So I thought that was pretty awesome.
It was. And he came back.
Who did?
The hater came back in the most recent one.
Oh, I didn't see the hater in the most recent one. Did I miss that one?
I don't know.
What did he say?
He said something about you could get lip injections and that still would be more real than this comment section or something like that. Something like that.
That's how I know it's a man. Because the ooh burn. Where's that from? Do you know that it's from? Ooh burn. It's from Easy A. When Emma Thompson's friend said something mean about her, and she goes ooh burn and walked away. That's the stupidest hate comment I've ever heard.
I'm surprised I remembered it.
I missed that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go back and look at it. My every being wants to go back and look at it right now, but we have a job to do. So that being said, on that note, on that stupid ass new comment, we love that you guys all came to our defense, and that was awesome. And that's how we know we have an ant army who's part of our ACU, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it makes me laugh that guy said that again, and we had even more comments on this one.
I know.
And it's so great.
And they're all fake.
Yeah, they're all fake. You fake little ants, you. Who do you think you are? But
They're all bots.
they're all bots. Yeah. So I wanted to. Oh, let me do some transparency here. Or did I say this on the last episode? When I said, "Oh, our numbers are down," and it must have been like the algorithm because I got that email. Or whatever.
You talked about that. Yeah.
No, but did I say? And then I went and looked at Spotify's numbers, and I go, "Oh no, it's just us." It's probably just us. It's not the algorithm. It's just people are busy because we did get a lot of comments that said, "Hey, I'm really sorry I've been busy, but I'm catching up and I'm commenting on everyone or whatever." Which we also loved that you guys,
Listen. You actually listen.
You caught up,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you felt bad because our numbers were down or whatever. But here,
No, man, they want to listen.
No. The comments were, I've been so busy, I've been school, work, whatever, that I haven't had a chance to listen lately.
Yeah.
But I'm going to catch up this weekend, or I'm going to. So they were, so the numbers they were real, and they were down. It wasn't the algorithm. But even saying that last time, I think it was algorithm because we did get that email. I kind of felt kind of shitty saying it because I don't want to be one of those people online going, "Why are we being shadow banned, guys? Why is the algorithm not working?" And whatever. I didn't want to say that, but I brought it up so we could talk about. We don't care if we have one viewer.
Yeah. It was just a part of the subject. That's what we were talking about. That's why you talked about it.
So I brought it up just to tell you at the beginning.
Yeah.
How much we appreciate you guys. And it wasn't to like bitch about the numbers, but I was being transparent on.
Sure.
I look at the numbers.
Yeah.
And it kind of bummed me out, but. We were keeping it in perspective, right?
Yeah, because you were being vulnerable.
Exactly.
And you were admitting to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Admitting to me going, change. go up. And it's hard not to, especially in this day and age with social media and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, all that to say, a bunch of you guys came to our defense with that hate comment. So feel free to chime in on the next one with this other, you can get lip injections and they still wouldn't be as real as this comment section. And I was like, go fuck yourself. But anyway, I wanted to read one that made me laugh. This person, Kitty Marie 33, shout out to our little aunt, Kitty Marie. They said, oh yeah, commenting every video multiple times now just to piss off that person a little more. Hell yeah, it doesn't make sense, but this is the ACU, baby. You're goddamn right. This is the ACU. And I love that comment, and it's so cute. And we appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
But we did get so many comments, and it wasn't just about the hater. It was, about the actual episode.
Yeah.
And which quote
related the most. Yeah.
You related the most to, or punched you in the gut, punched you in the soul, punched you in the face, whatever it was. It resonated with you. And so I wanted to pull a couple comments.
Yeah, and they shared some experiences with us too.
Yes. So I'm going to share some of those.
Yeah.
Crystal Cush 47 said she was talking about at 38 minutes and 4 seconds. So if you guys want to, go back to that video. This person said, this is literally my exact situation right now, desperately trying to hold on to a fading friendship. But what I'm really holding on to is how things felt and were in the beginning. Extra complicated because there was a mutual crush in the beginning that neither of us acted on. Lesbians figuring out whether or not it was a good idea to blur the friendship line, LOL. They do that, according to Dason. They said, we used to be really close. It hasn't been like that for a while, and that hurts like a motherfucker. But it hurts more to be constantly thinking about the situation and wishing things were different. So I'm setting myself free. What's meant to be will be. Listen, Crystal Cush 47. That's awesome.
Yeah, good for you.
And it does hurt.
It does.
I've been through it personally with a friendship. Actually, a couple. Throughout the span of like 20 plus years. And it's not fun.
No.
And we always talk about how platonic relationships are sometimes even more important than romantic relationships.
Sure.
And in that regard, they hurt kind of more, when you have a friendship breakup. So sending you good vibes and lots of love. And we're very proud of you.
Yeah. As hard, that just means you're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
The way that feels.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So high five, sending you lots of love from us. This one is from Big Bad Brian -NA. At 36 minutes and 19 seconds, they said, upon hearing quote number 4, I immediately thought of, and in parentheses, narcissistic, workaholic, alcoholic mother who I have low to no contact with. As soon as the hurt, shame started to set in about this being my reality, it's like my internet mother picked up on it and immediately put me at ease by mentioning that part about going no contact with family. And that validation felt like a warm hug that I so desperately needed. Y'all always know just what to say. Please never put down the mic. Listen, Big Bad Brian. That actually made me tear up when I read it the first time. And it kind of gets me choked up right now when you said, don't put down the mic. Why do I say that? Because whenever I feel like I want to bitch about numbers or be sad about numbers or bummed about, the viewership and whatnot, I'm going to go back and read this.
Yeah, appreciate that comment.
Yeah.
Man.
And all of them, actually, it really, it really punches me in the heart. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that's why we do it, man.
Yeah.
So
if I ever feel bummed or down or anything about numbers again, I'm going to go back and read all of these comments, especially you, Big Bad Brian -NA. You're amazing. Thank you so much for the love.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate it so very much. Okay. The next one says, this is from Zoe Paredes 2246. This person said, hi, Ant Fam. I commented on a video about a month ago about your show being my comfort show during my law school application process. Pause. This is an Ant Brag. This is our section for Ant Brag. We only have one today, but I'm sure you guys have more. So if you have anything you want us to congratulate you on, or you want to brag about it, this is the section. I forgot which one of our ants deemed it. It should be the Ant Brag section. So this is that section right now. Okay. So this person said, this has been my comfort show during my law school application process. And I just wanted to update you and say, I got into my dream school.
Wow.
All
Congratulations.
caps. I wish I want to know what law school it was. I think I commented on what law school was this. We are so fucking proud of you, Zoe. Awesome. That is amazing. Because let me tell you something. I know that LSAT is not easy. And for those of you who don't know what an LSAT is, it's the entrance exam to even apply to go to law school. You have to take that test first. And it's like depending on what state you're in, 4 to 5 hour test.
Congratulations.
And it's hard. Because I've been there and I took it and it was very hard.
So awesome.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they go on to say, without your family and all of your positive kick-ass content, I don't know how I would have mustered up the courage to actually apply. Stop it!
Wow.
I'm going to cry. I'm literally tearing up right now. That's
I
so
appreciate
sweet.
that. That's a great comment.
Right?
Yeah. It's a great comment.
And then they said, I keep thinking WWND. What would Noelle do? I need a bracelet. Somebody make me a bracelet like that. One of you guys made one that said, what would Val do? WWVD. And then they said, and I knew she wouldn't even have doubted herself for a minute and wouldn't want me to either. Anyways, I'm so grateful for your guys' content and the wonderful people in your family who continue to lift others up during hard times.
Shoot, I'm so grateful for that comment.
How does that make you feel?
Like, awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I guess it just, makes you feel good. That's why I guess that's why I'm doing this. So I can do this, so I can get that.
I know.
Right?
Oh my gosh, I feel like a little bitch crying about numbers because then I see this and I go, That literally, when I first read it, I did tear up. In fact, a tear rolled down my cheek. And that, oh man, that's better than I don't even know what. And I would love to know what law school it was. And I would also like for you to invite both of us to your law school graduation. So go ahead and run us that invitation in the next 4 years. If you're actually, it's 3 out here. I don't know where you're at either. So out here in California, it's 3 years if you go full time and it's 4 years if you go part time, like me. So anyway, Zoe, way to go. That's kick ass. Sending you a big hug from your internet parents.
So awesome.
So awesome. Okay. And then this is from Ethan FK8BM. This person said, y'all literally helped me love life more. I am a person who overthinks about a lot of things, but y'all always remind me to just live, laugh, and love. You're so awesome. That warmed my heart. That was like baking chocolate chip cookies. Like, it's just so awesome and warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
So Ethan, thank you so much for the kind comment. We
Felt
love you
like
so much.
a warm hug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you.
So awesome. Okay. I promise you guys we're almost done, but there were so many and I wanted to put them all in here, but I could only choose a few of them. But this is from Christina. This person said, I have watched every single episode since you guys have started, and I must say the confidence that you continue to spread to your audience is so admirable and important in all caps.
Thank you.
I know. I'm like, I feel like not worthy. I'm 30 and a mom of 2 boys and have immigrant parents who had me when they were 40 plus. So her parents were 40 in their 40s. There are so many things that they don't understand about this world. And in parentheses, she wrote, my son is autistic. And when I'm struggling, it's hard to get any type of empathy from them. I can't thank you guys enough for instilling confidence, support, and love to all of us. Thank you for helping guide me through this wild life. Christina, first of all, you're an amazing mom.
Yes.
And we're so grateful for this comment.
Oh, man, that's pretty cool. Just like the other ones, man.
I know. It's so cool, especially from a mom, because from mom to a mom, this is everything to me. But I can tell you this. Well, first of all, I know you're an amazing mom. Yeah. Okay. Because you are being as patient as you can, trying to navigate having a son that's autistic. Okay. What I will say though, and you'll probably agree with me on this, give your parents some grace. You yourself know it's not easy being a parent. And this is not to like get them off the hook or anything if they've done, or said anything that hurt your feelings or anything. But I can say, especially being an immigrant and then also having kids later on in life, I mean, shit, I have to Google stuff. Sometimes the girls or Donovan will say something and I'm like, oh yeah, totally. And then I'm all Googling what the fuck that means. Do you ever do that? Actually, no, he doesn't. He just looks at me and goes, what does that mean? Or he'll go, uh-huh. And then I'll go, do you know what that means? And he goes, nope.
No. I do a lot now.
You do what?
Google it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I do it a lot now because I want to know.
Yeah.
Before I used to try and play it off, but then it gets old. It doesn't work anymore. I can't play it off. I'm no good at it.
Because he has this look going, huh?
You know what I mean? The more and more I did it, the more and more I was like, why do I keep doing this? Yeah. I should just ask, what does it mean?
Yeah. And you've been a lot better at that.
Yeah. Ask what it means, look it up, find out what, you know what I mean? Because now I want to know.
Yeah.
Now it is interesting.
Exactly.
Now, you know what I mean? So.
No, 100%. So I'm sharing this, our shortcomings because although we didn't have kids in our 40s, we had very early.
Sure.
I can only imagine if we're looking shit up. I can only imagine what your parents are going.
I know.
What? Like, and your autistic son. I will say, and we talked about this the other day, just not about this, but in something else similar. And we were talking about how like going to therapy is looked down upon. Yeah. You know, asking for help is a sign of weakness.
Right.
And that's from our parents who are, you know, older and they were brought up a certain way.
Yeah.
So they only know what they know.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I say give them grace.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I was just going to say, that's what I've learned in therapy is my parents, they raised me the best they could. Yeah. You know, they raised me, they did what they knew and however it happened, whatever happened, right? As we all the siblings got older, right? So, but it's like, you know, you can't, any shortcomings or what have you, like you can't blame them. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. And it's hard.
Yeah.
Now, if they're awful, well, that's a different conversation.
Right.
And I don't know about your parents, if they were awful or they just don't understand. And it's really hard because there's also a cultural thing too, I would presume. Yeah. Right. And that's why I brought up you know, us going to therapy, you know, in our culture, it's kind of like, you're weak. Right. Don't be a little bitch. Suck it up. You're fine. There's no such thing as depression or whatever.
What do you need to talk to them for?
Yeah. Wait, what are you going to pay someone that much money to tell them your problems? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. So give them grace and give yourself grace too. Yeah. I think I had commented that. Give yourself grace and make sure you do self-care. Your mental health, your physical health, everything needs to be on point because if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Okay, so take care of yourself. It's very hard having two boys. It was hard for me to have one boy. I don't know about two. That's crazy. Right? So, but thank you for your kind comments. We appreciate it. All of you guys. Thank you. We appreciate you guys so much. Okay, so let's jump in because we spent a lot of time on comments, but I needed to because it was so awesome.
No, like I said earlier, we have to make a whole episode.
I know. But then it'll be like, we're like gassing ourselves up. And this nice comment, you know what I mean?
and then it's really fake.
And then that guy wins, right?
We get a whole fake episode.
Oh, maybe.
More than one? Maybe. Like a couple of them?
Yeah, we just write our own. We're jerking each other off during it for a whole hour. Oh, shit. No, but that was truly to say thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys so very much. We appreciate it so much. Yeah. Okay. And by the way, one side note on that, brain blast, it takes a lot to write a really long, meaningful comment. And Tate always talks about that. Huh, babe?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even if there's only one and it's like a paragraph, it's like, dude, they're taking their time. Yeah. That means something to them. Exactly. You know what I mean? So when I see those, that's pretty crazy. I don't care if there's like one of them. That's crazy though. Yeah. That's like, you're doing something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we're doing something to warrant that. Yeah,
we're affecting people. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that feels amazing.
You guys, it literally blows his mind every week when when we're looking through the comments, and he's like, "These people take time. Yeah, man. It takes time to write that much, right?" And some of you guys go cuckoo bananas and write 2-3 paragraphs, but which we love.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
And here's why: because when we see your comments, and you guys all know, I'm the one usually typing, but he's sitting next to me 9 times out of 10, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write this, and he's like, oh yeah, and this that. So he gives me feedback, and so some of his feedback is in there. But all that to say, it takes a lot. Yeah, and a lot of thought goes into those comments. And when people write hate comments, there's no thought. It's just you're being a selfish dick and I want to say something mean. Yeah. But I think it's more admirable to really lean in and write a really nice message that's really long. And that's a big deal to us. So thank you. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get off that because I'm like so emotional right now. Okay. So we talked about what we want to talk about today. Yeah. So we have a list of things like ideas. Oh, I think we should talk about this. Oh, I think we should talk about this. And then this one, I was reading the list again and I said, dude, what if we do this one? Because we've been skipping over this one for a while.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. It's been coming up a couple times. Yeah. Then we kept thinking, oh, we don't have enough.
No, it wasn't that. It was more so like, oh, but this one's funnier. True. Or this one's that. And then you were thinking not enough because you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have to think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
That subject. Yeah.
I also, okay, here's what we're talking about. We're going to talk about the audacity of people and their perceived entitlement. Okay. Yeah. So it's just basically, how the fuck do these people get off? Where do they get off? And being so entitled with shit.
Right.
It's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. So when I talk to him about like, hey, and he goes, I don't know if I have any stories to share. And I'm thinking, oh, it's because you're a nice person. You don't really think anything bad about anybody. But me, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Immediately. So maybe that's why you didn't.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I found some.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now that you're thinking about it.
Yeah, I understand it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about, and I know you know someone. I know our little ant army knows at least one person in their life or have experienced one encounter with someone who you're thinking, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why do they think they are entitled to that?
Yeah.
Right? And so we're going to read a couple.
I just thought of a wild one, man.
We're going to start off with Tate's wild one, but you have to say brain blast.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you have to say brain blast.
Okay, brain blast. But it's when you here's the difference with my brain blast and yours.
Oh, okay. I feel like you're gonna read me down right now.
No, there's a yours are a totally different subject.
Listen, Linda, I haven't got
yours are a totally different. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's a brain blast.
I know, but mine is pertaining, and it's brand new because I just remembered it.
Okay, so now we're better than me. No, whatever.
No, I just want to determine there's a difference between between mine and yours.
Whatever. What the hell? Share your damn brain blast then, since you're so much better than me. No. What were you gonna say?
Okay, so. Well, I was gonna say, remember when my last year in football when I was in college and there was huge interest, right, of playing in the next level, right, playing in the NFL, right. So, and I didn't really expect much out of it. I was kind of surprised, right. I was like, wow, all right, whatever.
Imagine being surprised that an NFL team wants you to go. What?
I don't know.
This is you not receiving.
No, but I was happy to go to college, man. I was happy they were paying for that. Yeah. I was like stoked on that.
I know.
You know, and I was happy to play football. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I had only been playing football for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyways, there's interest, right? And then, you know, I had to hire an agent, right? And then that all crap. And then I remember an uncle calls me, and I hadn't even been drafted yet. There was just interest, and people were talking about it. It's in the ESPN, whoever that fuckhead guy,
Mel Kiper,
who does all the fucking measurements, whatever the fuck.
Who, by the way, has never played a day of football in his life. Carry on.
Whatever, man. I was on his list and
of up and coming to watch.
Yeah. And then my roommate was the one that saw it. Like, I didn't even know I was on there. And he said, dude, you're on that fucking list, man. And then so there was hype, right? Yeah. And then out of nowhere, I've been going to college there for 2 years. I haven't talked to this uncle, and I can't remember the last time I talked to him. It had been years, right? He has my phone number. And he calls me and he says, hey, nephew.
Oh, nephew all of a sudden, huh?
Right? So that was that's my brain blast. That was the entitlement. Like, all of a sudden we're family because I'm going to go to this next level and supposedly make millions of dollars, I guess. I don't know. And then all of a sudden we're family and you're calling me and you're talking to me. Like,
what did he say, though?
He was telling me I need to go with this certain agent. You know, I've been talking to a man. He's a great agent. I know him. I told him, hey, that's my family right there. I told him I was going to give you a call and advise you. I already talked to your mom.
Why do I not know this story?
So I already talked to your mom. She said, call you and tell you.
Oh, that's how he got the number.
Maybe.
100% he did.
Maybe. But then I called my mom.
Yeah.
And I said, who's this guy, Mom? I haven't talked to him for like forever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It's your uncle.
So you don't even know him?
He's a good guy. No, I know him, but I haven't talked to him in years.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What the heck?
But because he's family and he's older, and the audacity of him to advise me, listen to me. Like we're family. You do what I say, it's gonna be good.
I don't know if that's entitlement
No?
or definitely the audacity is there for sure.
Right.
But I think that's more of a clout chase or more of, you know what I mean?
Is it?
I don't think that's, because he was like, I told this guy, like, hey, that's my nephew. That's a clout chase.
Yeah.
And then he's going to, I had never heard of this because I was in charge of picking the agents. That's why I went to law school. I wanted to be his agent because it was cuckoo bananas.
Yeah.
But I've never heard that story.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's so much more. I guess it is a tad of entitlement of, hey, I'm your uncle, so listen to me. So there is that.
Because he said that.
Yeah.
I'm your uncle.
Yeah.
I know these things. I know how these things work.
So I want you to hire this guy that you don't know from a guy who you barely even know. Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
That is a little bit of entitlement.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a clout chase, and there's a whole bunch of audacity sprinkled on top.
I just thought of that.
That's a great one. Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know that story.
Yeah.
He probably held it from me because he knew I was going to be mad. I'd be like, what's his number and what's his name?
So now we can laugh.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you held it for 20 plus years. I'm still mad, though. Just kidding. Okay. All right. That's a great one, though. Okay. So here's so I'm going to get into mine. So when I was in PR, I was in public relations for 25 plus years. Mm-hmm. And, I had a company credit card and it was to wine and dine clients and whatnot to help us win jobs. And I could also use it for business purposes. Mm-hmm. So if I wanted to take my staff out to lunch or I wanted to buy supplies or whatever. So I would take my team out to lunch at least once a month.
Yeah, it felt like you took them out a lot.
Sometimes it was probably once a week. But that was usually when we were winning back to back to back, right? So I'd take them out. They could order whatever they want. We could have cocktails. Didn't matter. And I would pick up the bill. But when that was like for a big win, right? I'd take the whole fucking team out. I'm like, everybody be ready in 5 minutes. We're going to this big restaurant, whatever, or a caterer or something. Yeah. So, but I always had the credit card on me. So sometimes I'd be like, hey man, we've been working our asses off putting together proposals, right? To turn in, to try and win these jobs. Mm-hmm. And I would take the immediate team that worked on that and we'd go to lunch. And there was always these two people on my team that never took out their goddamn wallets. Never. Everyone else pretended that they wanted to pay, even though they knew I was going to pay every time. Right. Yeah. So we would go to these restaurants. And then when the bill came, everybody would go, oh, okay, like, and go, like, barely handing their card over. But listen, I appreciate the song and dance, the dog and pony show. Yeah. I loved it because it made me feel like they respected me. Sure. And they were good people.
Sure. Even if it was fake.
Even if it was fake. Yeah. Listen, we all knew it was fake. We all knew.
It's all good.
It's all good, right? But there was these two. One of them I almost fired. The other one I almost fired. They both ended up quitting later on. So there's that. That's for context. But these two motherfuckers, one was, I'm not even going to say, because anyway, these two motherfuckers never even reached for their wallets. They would just be like whatever. And everyone else, I mean, sometimes we'd have like 15 people. Sure. So you have 13 people pulling out their cards or, can I tap? Or, and I appreciated the dance. And these two were always like, one of them always had a toothpick. And I was like, I'm going to take that toothpick and I'm going to stab you in the eye with it. You motherfucker. So then I got really annoyed and I'm thinking, I would always tell myself, why do I get annoyed? Yeah. Like, I
mean, you came over and told me. I thought that was your way to release it, but I guess not.
Yeah. It was, and then I caught it and took it back to the office. Because then I started getting pissed.
You went with fish for you. Yeah. Bring it back.
It's like a boomerang. I release it. Comes back. Catch it. You ever see that girl on TikTok? She says these things and then she goes, catch it. That was me with the fucking boomerang, right? And one day I remember telling you, and then listen, Linda, if I wake up in the morning and the first thought is something I was pissed off about the day before, it's not looking good for you guys.
That's not a good day.
That's not a good day. Or if it's a good thing, then I'm like, oh yeah, shit's going to go down. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. That was not that day.
No.
I woke up that morning thinking, these motherfuckers, right? So then I was like, okay. And a week went by. Fast forward, we're going out again. And I was still stewing in it for like a week. So we go out again and everybody sits down. And I said,
wait, do I know this story?
I don't. Yes, you do.
Okay.
You should.
Okay.
And mind you, Dason and Drew were working for me at the time.
Sure.
Too, right. Sure. So everybody sits down. There's probably like 15 of us. Sit down. I go, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. I go to the front and I say, here's my card. You see that table over there? I'm telling the girl, right? It was our waitress. I said, you see this the table that you're working on? She said, yeah. I said, you see those two motherfuckers right there on the end? She said, yeah. I go, this card is to pay for all 13 of us, not those two.
Yeah.
So when we're done, I want you to bring separate checks. So I need 3 checks. One for me, one for those two. Yeah. One for each of those two. And she looked at me and she started laughing. And I go, you know why I'm doing that, right? And she was like, no. And I go, because they never offer to pay. Yeah. And she was dying. She was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Yeah. Fast forward, end of the meal, the bill comes and everybody's saying, and I'm looking like this. Like,
You're pretending to sign your blue.
I'm like this. And I'm looking up. And then I see her hand them both like that little checkbook holder thingy, you know, the little folder. Yeah. And they're like, oh, both of them. Oh. And then they look at me, but I'm not looking at them. I feel the stares, but I'm just signing it. And then I was like, oh, here you go. And then they were like, oh. And then every time from that point forward, they'd be like, oh, do you want me to? So you do know. Huh. You do know what you're doing, you cheap motherfuckers. Right? The audacity, the entitlement.
Sure.
Oh, well, it's not her credit card. She's not paying for it. That's not the point.
We all go out to lunch.
And
this happens every time we eat.
Never offer.
She always pays. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
But do this. Listen, if everybody else is, even Dason and Drew both pulled out separate debit cards. What the fuck? Right? It's crazy. Anyway, that was my entitlement story. Have you ever known anybody that does that?
Yeah, I
have. Dude, so that reminds me of like when you go out to lunch or dinner or whatever.
Sure.
And someone always orders a whole bunch and then they want to split it with everybody else.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. If I had one cocktail and one appetizer, that's what I'm paying for plus tax and gratuity. The end.
That bill paying thing, I hate that so much.
It's awful, huh?
I just want to pay it.
Because there's always one.
Yeah, I just want to pay it and then let's just get out of here.
There's always one.
Yeah, I mean.
Dude.
I just want to, I don't want it. It's like stupid.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, have some fucking pride, dude. You don't want to like ditch out on a bill. There's always one in the party that doesn't pay. That happened this weekend. I got a text from my cousin, and we went out this weekend, and he sent me the bill, and he goes, "Hey, did you and Dace have anything in the second bar that we went to?" And I said, "No, ma'am, we did not. I drank water, and Dason was already lit, so like we were good." And then he goes, "Oh man," I go, "But I do know who did order drinks because I'm completely sober and I'm watching everybody." And I named all these people, and then one of them I didn't know, so I just described what he looked like, and then my cousin texts back, and then he repeated back to me what I wrote. I'm like, well, I don't know his name. And he was dying. He was laughing. And I said, yeah, go hunt those motherfuckers down. They're the ones that didn't pay. Because he got stuck with like a $700 bill. That was crazy.
Right.
Anyway. Okay, we're off topic. But the audacity and the entitlement of people, okay? So here's another one. We got a couple from Reddit. And I thought they were really good. So I thought we'd read them here today, which they made you laugh too. So
they did. They're hilarious.
Okay, so this one says, went to the Provincial Service Office. I'm assuming that's like a DMV of some sort. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a Canada thing? I'm not sure. Because my license plate is peeling. Yeah, DMV. There was a line of about 20 people long. It moves pretty quickly on most days. This entitled woman walks in, leans against a rope, and demands to have multiple questions answered about getting a birth certificate. The agent at the desk stops serving people to answer her questions. She then leaves, turns around in the entryway, and realizes she didn't get her parking validated. So she comes back and proceeds to the rope again. I'm having a bit of a day because my mother's cancer treatments, and I'm feeling tired of entitled people. I spoke up and said in a very gentle voice, I think you'll have to wait in line like everyone else. If that's not me. Except I go, hey, line's that way.
She wouldn't be able to do the first thing.
Good day, bad day. I don't give a fuck, dude. Hey, the back of the line is that way. That's what I would say. And then they said, she replied that she is on a time crunch and just had a question. I said, yes, this is the reception line. We all have a quick question. You have to wait. She then said repeatedly, well, Happy New Year. So I feel a little bad for speaking up, but I'm just so tired of these people talking about the younger generations being entitled and then pulling shit like that. That made me laugh.
I know.
That's funny.
It is funny.
Because it was probably like a 20-something-year-old and some old bag came up and just, okay, listen, I told you when I like reach my 70s, 80s, I'm going to be that old lady that just walks to the front of the line. I already told you guys that in an earlier episode. Because remember I was telling you at the airport?
Yeah.
These senior citizens just fucking cut the line. And I was like, you kind of earned it. It's all good.
I'm not going to stand in the way.
Yeah. You're not. Because no one says anything to old people.
Oh, man, let me get out the way.
Yeah. So anyway. So the entitlement of that. You guys ever know anyone that cuts a line or just thinks, oh, sorry, guys. I just have a quick question. No, get in line.
Yeah, man.
What the hell?
Like, and the audacity is she gets away with the first one.
Yeah, nobody says anything.
And she's done. So you're pissed, and then you're like, fuck, all right already. Like, she left. And then she fucking comes back.
Do you validate? Oh, that would have sent me over the edge too. So to this person that wrote this on Reddit, you should not feel bad. She should feel bad.
She should.
For being rude as fuck. Anyway, but if you guys have encounters like that of entitled people, drop them in the comments because we want to be chismosas and we want to read all of them. All right. Okay. The next one is, you need to talk about how people get entitled when you were in your former career.
Oh yeah, working for the
law enforcement.
I noticed real quick right out of the academy.
Yeah.
You give those guys a badge and a gun, and that the entitlement is like, it's huge. Like, it's
so crazy.
It's like they have this power.
They're just like emboldened. Right?
Yeah, and it's like, I'm the police, and you have to listen to me.
Yeah.
You know,
and they abuse their power
when
they act like that out of the academy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entitlement. Once they put that thing on, it's like, I'm Superman.
They have the badge and the gun, and they're like, "It's over for you, hoes." Yeah. There's a new sheriff in town.
No, seriously though,
there's
something about it. I maybe had a lot to do with my maturity because I was a lot older than a lot of these younger kids coming in. But it's a dangerous job, man. Like, like I don't know if I'd act like that right off the bat. You know what I mean? I kind of like want to figure it out first.
Yeah, 100%. Well, it was kind of like what we were talking about. Like, I mean, you guys have heard stories of police brutality and like the real mob is the police force and, all that stuff. But I saw a funny quote the other day that said, the guys who want to become police officers, present company excluded, are the guys who peaked in high school. That's so true. And then they said on the flip side of that coin is, not everyone, but most girls or most people who become a nurse after high school were the mean girls in high school.
Oh, wow.
I don't know about that, but the police one, 100%. Because you had a guy who thought he was the tits in high school, and then he gets out of high school and he can't go to college because he's fucking dumb, or he... That was mean, sorry. Or they just, they fucked around in school, didn't get good grades or whatever, but they were great athletes, managed to get their 2.0 or whatever. And then after high school, then what? Now you're not the big fish in a small pond. Yeah. And then they go, I'm going to become a cop. And it's the guys who peaked in high school. I thought it was funny.
I want to say there's some truth to that.
I know.
My personal experience.
Yeah, right?
There's a little bit of truth to that. Honestly, when I did it and while I was in it, I questioned why would anyone want to be in this? But that's just me.
Yeah, I remember.
That's just me. Why would everyone? I mean, I did it. I did it.
But you did it as a means to an end. Yeah, you never wanted to become a cop, but you were really good at it.
Sure.
Well, at the physical agility test, the written test, flying colors. That's why they were like salivating when you wanted to become a cop. But you did it to provide for your family.
Yeah.
You didn't do it because you wanted to do it.
No.
You did it because it was the quickest way to get a career, to get benefits, to get a retirement plan, and to get a good compensation
Right.
at the time. Right?
Yeah.
So that's why I said present company excluded in that.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys, they would come out of the academy thinking they were the tits. And because they hold a gun and a badge. And that's what's wrong with law enforcement right now. It's crazy.
I mean, I don't know.
And a lot of them are short. Coinciding? I think not. It's short man syndrome. The fuck?
I don't know if I don't know anything about that, but
Look at how nice he's being.
No, but like, this is just my opinion. These are young kids when I went through this thing. And all I kept thinking in my head is, what kind of life experience do these young kids have?
I know. And they're giving them a gun.
Yeah, they don't have any.
You can't even, out here in California, you can't even drink until you're 21, but you can have a gun when you're 18. That's wild. It's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just I don't know. That's my
We're
personal
going
opinion.
off on a tangent. But
yeah, but like I said, these guys were literally giving a badge and gun and all the entitlement that they felt like they deserved.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know? In front of everyone, in front of whoever they were dealing with. And I don't know. I just thought that was...
I want to share a quick... I had a brain blast. And this one... this one does go with your story.
Watch how quickly we change gears.
No, we're not going to change gears, so shut the hell up. This one goes... We were talking last night. We went on a date night with a couple friend of ours. And we were talking about when we go to a restaurant, Tate always has to have his... He has to always be facing the door. And it was really bad when you were a sheriff because your head was on a swivel, right?
Sure.
Because when you're out in the wild... right? Inmates get out eventually, and then they're out in the wild with you, and it's very nerve-wracking, right? Also, too, just the job made you be like that, right? Really paranoid. And one time we were going to a restaurant, and we were walking up to the restaurant, and this guy goes, hey, man, I know you. And then Tate said he knew who he was. He was literally just in the jail that he worked at, right? At the courthouse. And he was like, nah, man, I don't know what you're talking about because you're in your plain clothes. No. Listen, man, I know you. But I just wanted to thank you for treating me like respect in there, or treating me with respect in there. I really appreciated that. That meant a lot to me. I'm gonna leave you with your family now. And he walked away. Yeah, because he was saying, yeah, I know. And I was like, I couldn't even speak because I was like, oh, are we fighting in the front yard? What are we doing here? Because he looked a certain type. He looked like he just got out of jail. But I thought that was really cool. I say that little brain blast that had everything to do with you just said right now because you were different. Yeah. You wanted to protect people, but you also wanted to treat people with respect.
Well, yeah, I don't know. That's just the way I looked at it, I guess.
But there was no entitlement is what I'm saying. No,
and I felt like that had to do with a lot of my life experience that I had throughout my life. Talking to people, meeting people, knowing people. Yeah. And so I would look at them as people, not I wouldn't judge. I wouldn't. They're just the same as me.
Yeah, exactly. You were kind to them, and that's why I want to say you were not entitled. The rest of them were, and it was crazy, and they were all short. So do with that information what you will. All right, moving on to the next one. This one is very. We're gonna do this one really fast, but it's very important. Parasocial friendships or relationships with whatever you want to call it with celebrities. Here's what I mean by that: people out in the wild. Like follow a certain celebrity, they're enamored by them, they follow them, they comment on all their socials, whatever. Then they see him out in the wild, and then they, for whatever reason, have this connection to them and literally think that they're friends with them because they've been following them for so long. Maybe they followed them before they were even really big, and now that they're really big, they're like, yeah, dude, we're like this. They get crazy, and the entitlement of them demanding time and space from them is crazy. Right? Yeah. Like we talked about one time we were at an airport during tour last summer. We were late. We almost missed our flight because of racism. I'm not even using my finger quotes. It was racism. And we barely got almost to our gate. And we were all trying to help Billy put all his stuff back in his bag. And then this girl kind of wilded out and wanted a picture. And we all were like, no, we can't. We're going to miss our flight. Long story short, she made a video, didn't mention Drew, and then she called me and Dason a rando. Yeah, the celebrity and her two random women with her, blah, 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 whatever. Saying that she was rude because she didn't want to take a picture with her at 5 a.m. Yeah, this is... And clearly this person could see that we were all under distress. We were wilding out. And they made, a comment about that on social. All that to say, whether it's Drew or whether it's any other celebrity,
Sure.
they don't owe you anything. And like, just be kind.
Yeah.
You don't know what that person's going through. And also, it's like being in a zoo. People just come and stare at you, and then they want to take pictures of you and whatever. And I understand. And, you know, I'm sure the majority of these celebrities, they want to interact with you, take a picture or whatever, but read the room. You know what I mean? Or just the situation or whatever. And lastly, don't put your hands on any of them.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you don't have manners, right? Does that mean your manners no more, or what?
It's crazy, you guys. And none of our little ants would do that. I was just telling Tate when we brought this subject up and we were talking about it, I said we never had an encounter like that, not even one during our tour.
Sure.
And we were on tour for 30 days and 21 different cities across the country.
Yeah.
Not one interaction like that. You guys are amazing.
I know.
Okay. So our ACU fam, our little ants, you guys were fucking amazing, always respectful.
Yeah.
And, you know, so we're not talking to you. We're talking about other weirdos out there that just have this entitlement of, hey, you knew what you got into when you got into this business. I get to touch you and grab your hand and say, take a picture with me. I get to talk to you while you're taking a shit in the bathroom. I get to interrupt you and your family during dinner. Like, the entitlement's wild. Yeah. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. Right?
Yeah.
So
I was trying to, like, when you were explaining it earlier, I was trying to like think like them, you know, like this specific person you were describing.
Yeah.
And I could see it, I guess, but I what I can't see is the manners thing. Is what I'm saying. Like, I could see the infatuation.
Yeah, sure, 100%.
I could see that. Oh my, I love them. They're so amazing. I love everything about them. But what I can't get past is the manners.
The lack of manners.
The lack of manners. The lack of space. The lack of
respect.
Respect. You know what I mean? That's what I'm not down with.
Yeah, 100%. It's crazy. So I love certain celebrities.
Sure.
Steve Martin, one of my favorites. Went to an event with Drew and Dason. Saw him. It was for Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, that's right.
I think it was for the second season. And one of my favorite shows, I was stoked to even be there. He was literally 30 feet from me, and I was geeking the fuck out. But internally, I was using my inner voice. And I wasn't weird staring. He's over here and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Inside. I wasn't saying it out loud.
That's how you look inside. That's not how she looks. When she's
So they need to add an Inside Out 3, and they need to have someone like me, like
what is the emotion? What would you call the emotion?
Infatuation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trademark that. You little ants heard it here first. If Disney steals it, I'm suing. But you know what I mean? There's a certain infatuation with people, like just because, like, everybody has their person. And Steve Martin is one of mine.
Sure.
So I was going inside. But here's how I looked. Here's how I looked in real life. That's it. But inside, I was going, oh my God. Oh, it's Steve Martin. What the fuck? It's Steve Martin. That's what I was doing on the inside. It's so awesome. Yeah. And he went to Long Beach State like me. Woo woo. What's up? But that's how so all that to say, hey, you can be infatuated. You can love on your celebrity crushes, people you love. And I'm talking about everybody, not just actors, everybody, right? But use your manners. Yeah. And use your inner voice, like me. Yeah. Use your infatuation voice inside, not outside. Huh?
In other words, put your shit together, man.
Get your shit together, man. Right? Okay. That's very important. So next time you want to geek out. Oh, remember that one time we went to a meeting and we were at that restaurant in Beverly Hills and I was texting you and I said, guess who I'm sitting next to? You guys, I'm not even joking. This close, where me and Tate are. And I text Tate, guess who I'm sitting next to? And then he was like, who? And I said, Russell Crowe.
I thought it was Henry Cavill.
Shit. No, then I would have been like, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not a fan, but whatever. He's cool, but whatever. No, it was Russell Crowe. And then this guy goes, pick or it didn't happen. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm going to go. That's another thing. Stop fucking doing that too. Just ask him for a picture. It's less weird. This is what Billy always says. It's less to people who like follow Drew.
Sure.
hey, he'll go, hey, it's less weird if you just ask for a picture instead of taking a picture of her back of the head.
Yeah.
Right.
Or walking by.
Yeah. And then, or going, pretending you're like putting lipstick on and you're all, right. He always goes, hey man, it's less weird if you just ask for a picture. And then they go, and then they run away. They still don't get the picture. But anyway, yeah, he goes, pick her, it didn't happen. And I was like, you got me fucked up. I'm not that weird. I'm pretty weird, but I'm not that weird.
I don't know why I thought it was Henry Cavill.
No, it wasn't Henry Cavill, but he was super famous, and he kept looking and smiling. And I think he appreciated that I kind of had the, and then I look away like, all right, I'm not going to say anything. Cause like, I think I did geek out for a millisecond. Cause
he caught you slipping?
Fuck, he caught me slipping. Cause I was all, he did. He got me slipping for a millisecond. And then I got my shit together and I never looked over there again. But all that to say, you are not entitled to people's time and space if they're celebrities. You're just not.
Yeah, come on.
You're just not. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's like so many more. Let me knock out one more. Okay. I'm going to do the last one because it's really funny.
That's fine.
This one said, a few weeks ago, I finally bought a new car. Nothing too flashy, but it's a big deal for me because I've been saving up for a while. And I also got lucky from a slot win on stake of $9,000. So I guess he won $9,000 on the slots. Anyway, nice. I was feeling good about it. One morning, I was driving to work and I saw my neighbor walking down the street. We're friendly, but not super close. And I figured it'd be nice. So I pulled over and asked if he needed a lift. He happily accepted. And during the ride, we realized we worked fairly close to each other. No big deal, right? Well, apparently, that one ride turned into an unspoken agreement. The next day, I saw him standing at the same spot, clearly waiting for me. I thought, all right, whatever, I'll give him another ride. That's your first mistake. The first ride was a kindness. The second one was, you kind of asked for it. Yeah. I'm just kidding.
The second one was the inviting.
Yeah.
That's what that one was. The first one's just a favor, bro.
Yeah. The second one was...
is your inviting because you pulled over.
Exactly. So he says, well, apparently that one ride turned into an unspoken agreement. The next day I saw him standing in the same spot, clearly waiting for me. I thought, all right, whatever, I'll give him another ride. But now it's been every single day since then. Rain or shine, he's there. No text, no asking, just standing there waiting. At first, I didn't mind too much, but now it's getting on my nerves. Some mornings, I just want to listen to music and zone out or even stop for a coffee without worrying about someone else's schedule. Wow. I even tried earlier once, thinking he'd get the hint. So basically, he left his house earlier than he normally does to ditch his ass.
And he's still there.
And he's like, but nope. Next day, he mentioned he must have missed me the day before. So... you left early. Next day he was still there, and you still picked him up. Now it's your fault.
That's your fault.
No, it's on you, bro. Sorry, it's on you.
You're doing it to yourself, bro.
Listen. And so he said, I didn't want to be a jerk, but I never agreed to be his personal chauffeur or his Uber. I was just trying to be nice once. Nah, it wasn't just once. It was a couple times. Now I feel awkward bringing it up because I don't want to cause any weird tension with the neighbor. Would I be the bad guy if I just started running late or having meetings in the morning? Or should I straight up tell him I don't want to give him rides every day? That is tricky, though. You kind of made that mess yourself.
Sure, but you could turn it into, hey, man, this is kind of getting a little expensive for me. Or gas.
No, because then he'll go, okay, I'll pay for gas. And then what?
Ooh.
Then you're like, fuck. So, sorry to say, you got two options. You either tell him, hey, man, I can't give you a ride every day. Text me the night before, and I'll let you know if I can.
Yeah.
But even that'll get old. But eventually, if you keep telling him no, he's going to be like, whatever, right?
Yeah. But okay, so you established all this. Are you still going to see him in that same spot as you're driving to work?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So probably. And then you just go, because you already told him the night before, I can't give you a ride. Sorry about it. What are you Sorry about it. I didn't sign up to be your Uber. Yeah. You roll down the window. Hey, man, have a good one. Take off.
That's what you should have done the second time. Not pull over the second time.
Second time, you should have just went.
Yeah, second time. Hey, man, good morning.
Yeah.
Man.
Or not even. You see him and you just go. You don't even look. You just roll right past his ass. Who cares? So that's either you got that option or you got to get up early every day and go to work.
You got to run late.
But if I were you he's going to catch you slipping, and he's going to be out there earlier waiting on the corner again. So I would just say, hey, man, my schedule's too crazy. I can't really, you can't, don't count on me because I'm not always going to be able to give you a ride.
Right.
Text me if you want a ride. I'll let you know if I can. And then you tell him no 10 times in a row, and then he'll hopefully get the hint.
I know.
And then if he keeps asking, you say, look, man, you're going to make me say it? I don't want to give you a ride anymore. And then there's tension in the neighborhood. There you go.
There you go. Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, okay, we're all out of time, but this was fun. This was I like this one.
Funny.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys have so many more stories to talk about your entitled friends or whatever, or encounters. So anyway.
Or your entitled selves. You could share if maybe
who
you
in their right mind is going to say, I'm kind of entitled. And if you do, you know what? I like your honesty. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's going to do it, though. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm kind of an entitled asshole. I make my friend give me a ride, and I know
What?
it bugs him because I never asked him.
What's the problem?
Oh, so now I'm the problem? Oh, we can't ask for rides anymore?
We're going the same way, bud.
Yeah. What's the issue? The issue is I don't want you in my car. Oh, man. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 12. We love you guys immensely. Thank you for the kind comments. We love you guys. And
See you guys next week.
Love you guys. Bye. Your son had the nerve to ask me if I was wearing pajamas. Yeah, I think they are pajamas, but I was like, they're not pajamas. And I was like, they are pajamas, but you don't need to know that. I was like, I wore these to Canada to the airport. And he was like, so? I was like, get out. He's like, you're going to film in your pajamas? I go, get out of my face. I'm waiting.
Hold on. There's a flapper in there.
Ew.
Let's get rid of that guy.
You need use some tissue paper.
Look at.
I think it's in this one. I know. Jellycat, where are you? Is that? I don't even know if that's a song. Here.
I don't know. It sounded like it.
That's the prop. Handshake.
Yeah.
And then hit it.
No. No.
I was thinking of when they hit it in the Beastie Boys, remember? And then I can hear the music in my head. I don't know. Now I have that stupid song stuck in my head. Na 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 na.
Hit it.
You piss me off so much. It's funny.